Now, we all know on March 27, 2022, that will forever be the day that Will Smith slapped the snot piss out of Chris Rock for roasting his bald-headed wife, Jada Pinkett. Now, that was at the 94th Academy Award show, and Chris Rock would actually be at work. Yes, imagine a nigga coming to smack the dog shit out of you while you're at work, in front of millions of live viewers, and of course it went viral. And it was the talk of the talk for the next few weeks.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
A very, very, very embarrassing moment for Chris Rock, and definitely an out-of-body experience for Will Smith as well. It was clear that he reached his breaking point, and maybe he felt like he even had to show the world that he was a real man, because everybody was saying, hey, Jada wears the pants in this relationship. Now, that's just speculation by me. Now, about 3 months later after the incident, Will Smith would sit down and offer his apologies not only to Chris Rock's family, his mother, his brother Tony Rock, who is also a famous comedian, and hey, he said that Chris Rock wasn't ready to talk yet at the moment, where he offered, hey man, when you're ready to talk, let's have this conversation.
I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man, and this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment.
Now, Will Smith was rather quiet after that, but he made his return this week on the 4th installment of the Bad Boys movie with Martin Lawrence, and it's been getting relatively great reviews. I saw it myself. I thought it was a good movie. I do think that it's turning into Fast and the Furious, but that's for another day. Now, the movie had a $100 million budget, and it's already on $104 million in the box office worldwide. So we can say that this is safe to say is going to be a very successful movie, and there'll probably be another one being made within the next few years. Now, somebody who didn't support the movie because Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, and he felt that it wasn't enough of an apology that he did, and that Will Smith needs to sit down and talk to the black community, was none other than Stephen A. Smith, who has been on a couple of weeks of getting scrutiny himself as of late. So I guess Stephen A. said, hey man, I'm gonna transfer my own bad energy to Will Smith, and he tried to critique him. Let's see what he had to say.
When we use the word forgivable or forgiveness, that's for Chris Rock to deal with. It's his call. He could have had the man arrested that night and insisted to the LAPD that that not be the case. Could have pressed charges thereafter and insisted on not doing that to Will Smith, not making the incident any bigger than what it was. Yes, he came out with his own flip the next fix, got about $20 million for it. After tax, he probably walked home with about $6 million. But Chris Rock is damaged. In the day and age of mental illness or traumatic incidences that affects one's mind and psyche and what have you, yeah, you might see him at Knicks games. Yeah, you might see him still going about the business of performing on tour or doing his job or handling his business. Chris Rock will never get over that. Ever. Will Smith apologized. I'm not saying he even has to apologize. I'm saying that while I watch him and Martin Lawrence promoting this movie, and I'm quite sure the reason he hasn't addressed it is because the studios don't want him to, and there's an obligation that you have with them, all fair, I get it. But somewhere along the way, he has to sit down and talk to the black community. You can see all the white people around Will Smith all you want to. Black folks have loved and revered this man for decades. He was the closest thing to perfection, as his friend Charlie Mack once told me, for decades. Everybody makes a mistake. This is not hatred. I love Will Smith still. But you gotta have a conversation.
Now, as you see, Stephen A said he needs to sit down and talk to some people. Pretty interesting. Actually, so interesting. Let's have a discussion about it. What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy, Big-JusLaFlare. Welcome to the LaFlare Lounge. With it now, before I say what I need to say, please make sure y'all hit that like button. That's the only thing I'm asking. Hit the like button. That get me in the algorithm, keep me in the algorithm, and it's free. I'm not asking for no money. Now let's get to it. Stephen A. Smith. I seen what you said, man. I saw it. And I actually like Stephen A. I know a lot of people don't like him, and I know a lot of people can't be honest. You know, Stephen A., he's wrong sometimes, but he's also right sometimes, right? And I know a lot of people that don't like Stephen A., anything he does, they find a reason not to like it. And I know over the past couple of weeks, he's been putting his foot in his mouth. Maybe not. I don't think he has, but that's another story. This particular time, I think that he's wrong. Absolutely wrong. I'm just trying to figure out who is this black community that you speak of. If you're going to say that, you're going to say Will Smith needs to speak to the black community. He needs to sit down and have a conversation. Who are we talking about? Who are the leaders? Who is the sole leader? Who is the panel that he needs to sit down and talk to? And like you said, he's already apologized publicly to Chris Rock, to Tony Rock, to their mother, to the family of Chris Rock. My thing is, how long do we expect for a man? It's been 2 years Chris Rock hasn't wanted to talk to him. So yeah, while you can sit here and say Chris Rock, he's damaged. He's even if you see him at the games, he's damaged. Even if you see him over here, he's damaged. Yeah, he's damaged. But he's also refusing to face Will Smith and have a conversation. Maybe they could have hashed it out. And I get it. He feels a type of way. I totally understand. But you can't speak for Chris Rock. Only Chris Rock can speak for Chris Rock. Was Chris Rock a damaged man when he was up there cracking his jokes and collecting that check? He couldn't be too damaged, right? He was able to still continue to do his job after he did his stand-up special, right? So my thing is this. Chris Rock, he'll be okay. He'll be okay. I don't agree with what Will Smith did. I thought if he was going to hit him with the full court press, he should have did that after the show, right? Or during commercial break. However he was going to do it. But I also can't tell a man how he needs to defend his wife. I can't tell a man that. Because when it comes to my fiance, I'm not going to play about her, right? My thing is, whether I'm right or wrong, nigga, I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that she protected. So I can't tell Will Smith, hey, nigga, you shouldn't have went up there and smacked her. Do I agree with it? No. I think that smacked him, I'm sorry, but you should have handled that in a different way. But I don't understand where we get to this black community when he's already, see, I'm not one of those people, and Stephen A., I hope you're not one of those people who feel like somebody has to apologize to you 6 different ways. If he said his apology, he spoke his piece, he's already explained why things happen, and I think we kind of know why as a community. Hey man, the story has been out. Chris Rock has been saying things about Jada for years. He's been roasting her for years, right? He also asked her out on a date when he thought that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith were getting a divorce. So there's history behind the jokes that he's saying. He didn't just randomly say, haha, G.I. Jane, haha. No, there's a history behind it, right? Nobody wants to hear that because the smack was the overwhelming aspect of the situation. Nobody wants to hear that though, right? Along with, we crack jokes about Will Smith and his masculinity. One, because his wife is going around saying the craziest shit. She's tied to Tupac. She's basically in love with him still. And we sit here and we make fun of Will. Like, damn, nigga, pick your nuts up. And that was one of the moments where he reached his breaking point, where he was like, you know what? I'm going to show everybody that I can't be disrespected in front of my face, in front of millions of viewers. And that's what that was. Whether it was wrong or it was right. There's nothing left to explain, Stephen A. You're smart enough to know that. Now, I think you're projecting your feelings onto Black America. Because if he owed Black America an explanation, then when he went to Baldwin Hills this week, to the movie theater, snuck in there and watched the movie with those black people, and then when they walked out the theater, them people wouldn't have reacted the way that they reacted if they wasn't fucking with Will Smith. He got nothing but love. He sat behind there taking pictures, taking videos with everybody, showing love and appreciating everybody in that community, which is a black community in Baldwin Hills and Crenshaw. Yeah, so he showed those people love. If that's the case, the numbers wouldn't add up to what they added up right now if he needed to sit down and talk to the black community. They had $100 million budget, and worldwide box office first week, the week ain't even over, they've already did 104 million. This weekend's box office. You think most of those people ain't black people? Shit, I went to the movie theaters to see it. I had an obnoxious ass middle-aged black woman screaming, yes you did, Will. The whole movie theater was nothing but black people. And we was in Duluth, Georgia. That's not even a black community, right? That's an Asian community for real. Asian, white. What I'm saying is, I think that you're wrong about this, Stephen A. Maybe you would like a more in-depth conversation from Will Smith, but that's not up for you to decide. The only people he owes an apology to is Chris Rock and the family of Chris Rock. We appreciate the apology to your fans and the people that you let down, but he don't owe us nothing. So that's why I think you overstepped your boundary. But I seen that you said you will address this today on your podcast. I will be watching. If it isn't going on right now, I'm going to find the clip. I'm going to find everything that you said. So we'll see what you said, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Like. It's free. Please do not hate. Just show a brother some love, man. I'm a struggling black brother, man. Feel me? Hey, we out, baby. Boom.
IG-TheLaFlare.
It's him.